Welcome to TICE TV. Today we have with us Subhajit Bhattacharya, who is associated with one of the Fortune 500 companies and in the past has worked with distinguished companies like IBM, Bank of America, Niti Aayog. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, this event that we are attending, Erudition, is the theme of this event is global outreach, leadership, mentorship. Sir, the first question that I have for you is how can large corporations like Google or Deloitte contribute to empowering and mentoring young Indian talent?
So, like nowadays, like many of the big companies, as you have said, some of the names like Google or Deloitte or even like TCS, like companies, they have introduced several platforms like for these startup accelerators, wherein like startups can, if you have got your idea, if you have come up with some MVP, and if you have something to present, so it may happen that like they will give you a platform wherein like you can exhibit what you have, what is your what you call the product or the service, and following to that, if that gets qualified, then certainly you will get into the next phase wherein you may go ahead and collaborate with the organizations, and organization will basically give you the needful resources to go ahead and develop this one as a working solution, so that like you can very well scale it up and you can ensure the reachability of your product to a larger mass, and also you may get needful support for the marketing, promotion, and the branding. So these are some of the support that you may get while getting engaged with some of the big organizations.
Sir, in the age of digital transformation, what role do you see technological companies like Google and Apple, Microsoft, such companies playing in shaping the aspirations and giving opportunities to the young Indian population that we have right now?
So see, like as the technology is growing, so we are in the phase wherein we are no more talking about the infrastructure part, because everything has gone onto the cloud. So that has actually brought a lot of advantages to these startups who have limited, I will say, budget, because it is quite possible that at the initial phase of these startups, they don't have that much of budget to procure a lot of infrastructure, while they can very well subscribe to the cloud platform and can very well leverage some of the resources from the cloud, and they can very well host their application onto the cloud platform. That is one thing. Second part is like it is as per my experience, what I have seen, like many of these startups in the earlier phases and in earlier years, like they were struggling to develop the MVPs, as they didn't have a much of no technical acumen. But now with the no code environment or zero code environment, even like I have seen like students or the young entrepreneurs who are not from the technical background can very well develop even a kind of a prototype, at least a MVP sort of thing, which can very well be showcased to the investors or maybe to the accelerators, from where they can get some of the benefits to further nurture their product to a level from where they can mobilize and commercialize that one. So these technology players or the organizations are playing a pivotal role over there, wherein like they are coming up with several offerings for the startups. Like the startups can very well use their cloud platform to host their applications, or the startups can very well use the technology platforms in order to develop some sort of MVPs or prototypes, wherein like they don't have to really deep dive into the technical coding and all. Even like by dragging and dropping some of the controls and all, they can very well develop a kind of working application, and with that they can at least showcase or present something to the investors or to the partners with whom they would like to work with.
So you have previously worked with government organizations like Niti Aayog, and we have successfully held a very successful G20 in our country. And prior to that, we have started an engagement group which is dedicated solely to startups. What role do you think these organizations such as Niti Aayog or the engagement group such as Startup 20 play in promoting entrepreneurship and fostering it amongst peers who are students who are just in colleges and are will be looking to go out and make a name after themselves?
Niti Aayog and even like government of India, like if you have heard, like in many of the speeches, our honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi has already said like this is the Amrit Kal. So it is Amrit Kal of not only for the independence, but Amrit Kal for the independence to give the wings to your ideas too. So this is the time when these organizations like Niti Aayog and other like startup Ministry of Commerce and Trade, who are basically helping these startups to grow. So they are giving them the initial funding of up to 25 lakhs, so that like organization can or like these startups can very well grow into their product line. That is one thing. Second one, like they are also giving them the platform from where these startups can very well get some of the mentors who may help them to get the proper mentorship from these experienced mentors, so that like they can grow into their ladder. Third part could be as Niti Aayog is basically focusing upon, is like how we can getting into like how we can connect with the academic institutions into both, including schools and colleges, so that like we can promote innovation and entrepreneurship development capabilities among the students. So these are some of the I will say potential initiatives that have been taken by Government of India, so that like we can encourage our young generation to come up with their ideas, to find out some of the real life problem, and following to that come up with some sort of solutions which can very well be useful for the society. And following to that, with the help of the funding and all, they can very well come up with some sort of working model, at least maybe at a MVP level. And following to that, as it will grow, so the government like some of the platforms like Marg and this Startup India platforms, they are also helping the startups to identify the mentors as per their choice. And once the mentors are aligned, then they will get a further more I will say age in this competitive market to grow in a better manner, or I would say in a very holistic manner.
Sir, in terms of career development, especially for keeping in mind the students, what strategies do you recommend, especially with accordance to the theme of this event that we are attending? It's mentorship, leadership, and reaching out to a global stage. So, what strategies would you recommend to students who are looking to have fruitful career opportunities in mega companies like Google or Apple, and also for people who are looking to start their own ventures and venture into entrepreneurship?
First of all, very important thing is that like when you are talking about the students, like what are all the how they should grow into their career, what should be their learning methodologies, I would certainly recommend that like learning is a kind of a continuous endeavor. And we also say sometimes, many times in fact, like learn, unlearn, relearn. So I will always suggest that like wherever you are getting any kind of knowledge from, whatever be the source, just utilize that one. Today we have got a plethora of resources, online, offline resources, which we can very well leverage in order to upgrade our knowledge base. Third part is like in case you have got some idea, don't hesitate to share those ideas maybe with your faculty members, with the mentors if you have got any, and then work onto that one. If you individually, if you can't work, then you find out some people like you, with like-minded people who can form a group, and they can work to, you all can work together to make your dream come true. That is first thing. Second one is, as I was talking about, that this is the era wherein like we are no more dependent upon the theoretical part of learning, but it is more it should be more of experiential learning. And therefore today's students, I would always suggest like they should go for analyzing the use cases. They should learn, they should read through the case studies, so that they may get some sort of insight or in-depth insights about the topic. They can further nurture their analytical mindset, so that they can get into the root cause of like why this might have happened, what could be the best solution that can be, and let that be discussed among, so that as much you discuss about your ideas will further be nourished, your ideas will further be nurtured, and you will get a lot of viewpoints based upon one single viewpoint what you have got out of. the idea or out of the problem that you have found out. Third part is like the entrepreneurial approach. Say for example, if while you are working upon a use case or while you are studying something in your institution or university, considering one of the problem areas, you what you can do, you can go ahead and you can try to implement that problem in such a way that maybe tomorrow you may get a scope to start your own startup as well, because this is the problem which will basically facilitate you to come up with a kind of good idea, and with this idea itself you can go ahead and you can implement the same, and you never know like when that when your luck may strike, and it may happen that you can come up with as a successful entrepreneur as well in a near future.
Thank you, Mr. Shubhajit. Thank you for coming on our show and sharing your insights. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Thanks.